Zion Williamson wasn't a flight risk when the time finally came to sign on the dotted line. The New Orleans Pelicans agreed to a 5-year, $193 million rookie agreement with Williamson, the #1 pick in the 2019 NBA out of Duke. But as it turns out, his on-court value might not be as good in the future. Why? Let's tell you. But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. To start with, the former high school prodigy made a lot of noise this offseason. Williamson has caught the attention of every NBA franchise, having made a reputation for himself, all thanks to his high-flying dunks and mind-numbing smashes with Duke. The 22-year-old made a lasting impression on NBA scouts, all thanks to his outstanding performances for the university. Since then, Williamson has joined the NBA and was recognized as an all-star in 2021. Although he has achieved success on a personal level, his franchise hasn't been as successful since his arrival. They have experienced many difficult times and up until now have fallen short of their promise. The repeated injuries Williamson suffered played a significant role in their demise. The Pelicans were ousted from the playoffs despite having a better team and making the playoffs. Williamson's loss turned out to be too much for the rest of his team to bear. Moving on to July 2022, the Pelicans' talisman agreed to a lucrative contract with the team that selected him. What's more, despite the claims, Williamson won't even bring half that amount in terms of on-court value. Williamson's 5-year, $188 million rookie max deal extension is still fresh in our minds. According to some rumors, his contract is worth $193 million, but the 2019 first-round selection may earn $230 million if certain All-NBA benchmarks are hit this season. However, according to 538, Williamson's on-court worth for the New Orleans Pelicans is a mere $89 million. Williamson is not even worth half of his freshly inked max-level deal with the New Orleans Pelicans. In order to provide a probabilistic estimate of what a present NBA player's future could include, the projection system looks for comparable players throughout NBA history, leveling the player's trajectory against them. This is most likely due to the short sample size of 85 games over 3 years owing to injuries, while forecasts also penalize Williamson for his unsatisfactory free throw and three-point shooting. The former Duke Blue Devil is sadly regarded as average in playing defense and passing the ball. Following up, Williamson isn't the only Pelican who has been projected to be a negative ROI. Brandon Ingram falls into the same category. After this season, it's anticipated that Ingram's worth will decline. The 25-year-old All-Star just inked a 5-year, $187 million agreement. Ingram was labeled as an average starter by the predictions, which just proves that computers do not watch the NBA playoffs. Given that he has to share the ball with Williamson and CJ McCollum, has Ingram's value decreased just enough to make him just worth $76 million over a 5-year period? Herb Jones will be paid more on his next contract. In fact, Jones and Jose Alvarado are the only Pelicans worth much more than his current contract. Planning for a knot on Herb's next deal is already a top priority. Coming up, let's look at the projections for the recently drafted prospects. These metrics are probably tuned to fit new blood. This season, Jackson Hayes is competing for his contract. At the bargaining table, 538 would only give him a 5-year worth of $25 million. Hayes might receive an offer sheet for even more next summer, putting the Pelicans under pressure to make a decision before the end of the transfer window. Dyson Daniels is expected to live up to his draft lottery pick status. Kyra Lewis Jr. has a shot to return, but he risks being buried on the depth chart. This would obviously cost him millions on the next business. According to these forecasts, Trey Murphy III is on track for a full MLE-level extension. Moving on, let's look at how the veteran players have been holding up. Here, 3 seasoned players receive recognition: McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, and Larry Nance Jr. Meanwhile, Devonte Graham is a below-average rotational player. McCollum is owed more than $68 million over the next 2 seasons, while Valanciunas is owed almost $30 million over the same time period. Nance Jr.'s deal with New Orleans expires in September, although he has indicated an interest in negotiating an extension. Lastly, there are still numbers plotted on a graph. According to these 538 figures, Williamson is massively overpaid in comparison to his accomplishments, while McCollum is set for a significant pay cut in 2 years, though their representatives and the NBA free agent market will undoubtedly disagree. Williamson would have been signed to the same max-level contract by every team. To keep the former Trailblazer, the Pelicans will have to pay at least $20 million every season. Jones and Alvarado are both steals. Hayes and Murphy III understand they must improve their performance or risk becoming mid-level journeymen on movable contracts. Williamson and Ingram have reached their financial ceiling already. This type of insult scheduled may give a little additional motivation for the two former All-Stars to attain those All-NBA contract-escalating benchmarks. Despite these forecasts, Williamson still agreed to a contract that guarantees him at least $193 million. If certain specific metrics are hit in the future campaign, this figure will skyrocket. Given the chance of injury between now and July 2024, such a sharp-elbowed plan would be financially hazardous. But Williamson has off-court endorsement deals with Jordan Brand, Gatorade, and other firms to fall back on, and as long as he avoided a major health setback, he would very probably have been able to earn the maximum revenue offer in 2 years. The reality is that any team that is aware of Williamson's injury issues would offer him a max deal. The player's potential and talent are tremendous. Now, moving on to other news. First up, is Zion's 2K23 rating too high? The NBA 2K ratings have become an annual tradition for NBA fans, who love to debate on who got snubbed and which of their favorite players didn't get enough credit. Zion had an overall rating of 87, tying him for 5th among power forwards, with Domantas Sabonis wedged between Anthony Davis, who finished 4th, and Pascal Siakam, who received an overall rating of 86. Giannis Antetokounmpo led power forwards with a 97, which makes sense given that many people think he is the best player in the world. Since Zion hasn't played much in his short career, we believe you could make the case that his rating was slightly high. Additionally, Brandon Ingram was rated at 86, but many people would have given him a better rating given how well he performed in the playoffs. However, this is only a video game and not real life, and few NBA players in history have more video game-like characteristics than Zion Williamson, who has delivered some of the hardest dunks in the league during his career. The New Orleans Pelicans will be a popular team among gamers since they feature 4 players in the starting lineup that are 80 or above, including Zion, B.I., C.J. McCollum, and Jonas Valanciunas, in addition to Herbert Jones, who got a 78 overall. Fans might fight over these ratings, but the real games are what is important, and if Zion remains healthy, he could be at the top of that list next season. Up next, a new Jordan Zion 2 colorway is dropping soon, paying homage to the Blue Devils. As the 2022-23 NBA season approaches, Nike Basketball and Jordan Brand continue to tease new performance sneakers. Several trademarked sneakers have already launched, with more on the way, including LeBron James' Nike LeBron 20 and Luka Doncic's Jordan Luka 1. And with the Jordan Zion 2, Zion has released a new signature sneaker. The shoe debuted in June and has since gone through several iterations, including Williamson's new signature Voodoo design. Williamson now reflects on his brief time in college using a Duke University color palette. This colorway of the Jordan Zion 2 features a mixed material upper with Duke navy blue covering the bulk of it. The distinctive strap of the shoe includes a cracked elephant design with a black support at the heel, collar, tongue, and rubber outsoles. The Jumpman logo is featured on the heel, while the tongue branding is done in white. The Jordan Zion 2 Hyper Royal release date has not yet been announced by Jordan Brand. However, we estimate that it will be available for purchase for $120 from Nike and a few other retailers in the upcoming weeks. Finally, NBA tax rates and salary caps are anticipated to increase from 2023 to 24. The NBA informed its clubs on Friday that it continues to expect a sizable increase in the salary limit and tax rate in the 2023-24 season. According to current forecasts, the cap will climb 8.4% this season, while the tax level will rise 7.8%. Both figures, $134 million for the wage limit and $162 million for the tax level, would be league highs and are $1 million more than the league's most recent forecasts from June. The ceiling for the next 2022-23 season is $123.655 million, with a tax level of $150.267 million. The league also informed clubs that the overall amount of luxury tax payments for the upcoming season would be around $660 million, with half of that amount going toward revenue sharing and the other half being divided equally among the teams not currently expected to pay the tax, amounting to about $17 million per team. However, until a final estimate is done at the end of the regular season, that tax number can and probably definitely will fluctuate dramatically. That's a wrap for this video. See you in the next one.